Yo, what's up, gamers? Hi! Hold on. I don't know why I'm yelling. Is Patty Mom material? Not really, no. Not really. The answer is no. I'm kind of like 5 years old. Yeah, what to say? Oh, I'm eating popcorn, by the way. Overwatch 2 is what you should do. I didn't think we were gonna do Overwatch 2. I think we'll probably play Genshin. But right now, I'm kind of zoned. I'm so zoned. I didn't know if I should start at 5:30 or 5, but then I was late. Anyway, so it didn't even matter. Like, it did not even matter. We started at like 5:07. But it's like, you know, it'd be like that. Yeah, I got microwavable popcorn though. How's everybody doing? Welcome in, by the way. What the fuck? Brit, stop! Brit, bad. Bad Brit, stop. Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna update by Genshin though. I don't know if we're gonna play. Because if it takes too long to update, we'll play something else. I'll just be silent. You want some, bro? I'll throw it in your mouth. Open your mouth here. Can I just like rub the popcorn up against the mic and then you can just like eat it, you know? It'll go through dimensions. Baby bird me, bro, I'll do it too. You think I won't, but I will. You think I won't, but I will. It says my Genshin's at 79% install, but it also says it's gonna take an hour to update. Oh no. Listen, I don't know what to do. I turned down the music a little bit. The Cure is blasting in my ears. How's everybody doing though? How's your day going? Are you ready to listen to the setup, the desk setup I got going on right now? Today I have water with lemon water. It was more like lemon juice because like I didn't have actual fresh lemon, so I just like fucking squeezed that shit in with bam. Overture is done and I got to work well. Let's go. I'm good to see you. Looking good today. Thank you. You're looking good too. I can't see you, but I can pretend. The toilet setup, there's no toilet setup. Yeah, I got water, lemon water. And I got an iced chai from Starbucks. And it has 2 pumps of white mocha, almond milk, and light ice. Because you always gotta get light ice when you get Starbucks drinks, or else they fuck you over and it's just all ice. It's all ice. Bro, I really like chai tea, but like an iced chai just hits different. It's so good. We used to have this coffee shop down by my house. It was within walking distance, and I would go there all the time, just get an iced chai and just fucking sip on that shit and avoid everybody, because like I don't talk to people, right? When I had friends, like when I was in school, I would go there and we would talk about random shit. But the iced chai was a highlight. In the winter, I would get hot chocolate from there because their hot chocolate's really good. They fucking closed though because their rent was too high, and they moved to like the airport. So like now nobody goes there. They lost like all their business. I don't have a Starbucks here. RIP. I don't get Starbucks all the time. I used to get it like a lot, but it's so expensive. I think my drink was like $8, which is like way too expensive. I'm scared of men. I don't know why. I just get super nervous and what, bro. I am scared of men, and I know why. I'm not gonna divulge that with you, but you know. Women. We love women in this house. No offense to all the men in the chat. We love you too, but just through the screen. Especially good-looking men. You're scared of good-looking men? The only kind we have is bottled coffee. Oh yeah, like the stuff you get at the store from Starbucks. We have a Starbucks, but it's in our Safeway. It's like a little kiosk area. So it's only open when the Safeway is open, and I went to get sesame oil, because I'm almost out of sesame oil. And I got Starbucks. I'm scared of women. We are not the same, bro. It'd be like that. It'd be like that for real, bro. People just freaky, bro. What can I say? People are scary. I concur, people are terrifying. I think what we should do right now, I kind of want to watch some Daily Dose. I don't know what we have. Oh, What is playing? Oh my god. I was trying to figure out what was playing, and I opened up Twitch on a different browser, and it fucking started playing a stream that was like listening to music. Like the whole thing is just music. I don't know. Dude, we're not doing Overwatch today. We are not doing Overwatch today. Daily dose of internet. Yes, sir. No Overwatch today. We played Overwatch yesterday. We played Overwatch yesterday for 4 hours, my guy. Well, we should watch this video. I wanted to watch Daily Dose, but then I opened up YouTube and there's a video called How an Apology Determines a Reputation. And I'm like, I'm kinda curious. Hold on. Chat, we might watch this weird video. Hold on. It's not loading, my internet's so bad. What the fuck? Hold on. I wanted to zen without wanting to commit no self. Bro, every time I play Roblox, Overwatch, I'm out there. Forehead reveal when? Forehead reveal? Not today. Not today, no forehead reveal. Okay, hold on. We're switching to live screen. There's a video that I want to watch. We can watch Daily Dose, but first I want to watch this video just because it's here. And, yeah, I feel like it. There's no rhyme or reason to what we're doing today. We're just doing, you know? Today, we're just gonna hang out together and be friends and watch a YouTube video. Or multiple. Or, you know. I gotta turn off the cure. Sorry, please turn off. Oh, it wasn't even on shuffle, so I was just playing the entire album. I, like, clicked a random one because it was on shuffle, but it's, like, partway through the album, and it's playing the whole thing. Anyways. Then it never Overwatch. What do you mean? You're like, no forehead reveal, no Overwatch. What is fuck? Okay, guys. Are you ready? This video is by Pexto. Never heard of this man in my life. I don't watch videos like this, but it came up, so, you know. Why the fuck is Matt on the first frame? It's MatPat! We love MatPat! MatPat! That's why I'm watching this video, to be honest. He was in the thumbnail, and I was like, love that fucking guy.
Apologizing after falsely accusing someone.
Hold on.
From apologizing after falsely accusing someone.
I'm sorry we got this wrong.
What, are we about to watch, like, the top 10 worst apologies? I don't know what this video is. It's just called How an Apology Determines a Reputation. MatPat? MatPat! MatPat!
To taking accountability when you don't have to.
I am sorry. I am so sorry.
I love MatPat.
Here's how an apology can make you loved or hated. Starting with comedy YouTuber The Manny Show, whose apology would change everything after he abused the copyright system, targeting a commentary channel, Engween.
This morning, my Manny Show video just got smited. The video in question that was taken down is why everyone hates the Manny Show.
Given that Engween was following copyright laws, Manny was now in hot water. Manny is taking it too far, bro. The Manny Show better pull out the ukulele and start singing.
I've never heard of the Manny Show in my life. Oh, my mom's texting me. Hold up. Okay, boys. Wait, is she? Never mind. No, my mom. My mom who gave birth to me. She was asking me how much folic acid I take when I take B12. When you take B12, you also gotta take folic acid so that it sits in your body and they combine and they like do the like you say, you know, the like the fucking that combine thing where they like do that pose and then you're good. Just a medical tip of the day.
For us, even Penguin Zero commented on the situation.
I know that guy.
13 seconds of the video was enough to lead the Manny Show to strike the entire fucking channel.
I like chewing on wires. So does my cat. He loves chewing on
10
wires.
days later, Manny offered an explanation and an apology.
Ahead of VidCon, I hired an agent to help me manage my monetization sharing, and they went beyond by filing a copyright claim on Engween's video. To those outraged by this, I am genuinely sorry with what has happened.
Along with correcting the mistake.
I immediately fired the agent and contacted YouTube to reinstate the video.
Pause. I gotta pause. Do we think this guy is just throwing his agent under the bus, or do we think that he's actually sorry? Because it could be either or, right? Like, he could just be like, oh, guys, I'm as outraged as you are. I didn't know my agent did that. Fucking take him down. I also chew on sharp things, which is why my BF takes so much. Bro, yeah, as he should.
And make things right with Ngween. But at the end of the day, it is my name on the channel.
Yeah, sir.
I hired the agent, and I take full responsibility.
Manny made no excuses, and this honest approach got him forgiveness. I appreciate him making a genuine apology. You can tell he meant it. This is possibly the greatest apology I've seen on this app, including from Penguin
I know,
Zero.
Patty, he would never
Legitimately,
struggle
this is a
with me,
really
bro.
good response to the whole thing. Probably one of the best I've seen.
Throwing the agent under the bus is a good idea if it's true. Okay, the thing is, if it was all the agent's fault, then yeah, blame the agent, right? But also, like, his apology is not bad because he was like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who fucking did it. It's my channel, so I screwed up. He screwed up, which means I screwed up. You know what I'm saying? He's like it's my reputation, it's my channel. You guys are seeing, ignore me. I got up to get my sweater, so I'm looking a little fucked in the screen. So at the end of the day, it is his problem, right? Even if he didn't, like, do it directly, he still did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody did it for him, and he should have managed it better in order for that not to happen, you know? But he apologized very nicely. The thing is, like, that I don't understand, okay? For me, I mean, I'm not good at making apologies either, but I feel like people just want you to own up for your mistake, don't make excuses, apologize, and then show your growth, right? Like, they just want you to be the better person. I mean, a lot of people sometimes it's just cancel culture, whatever. But like, it's that simple. We don't need to. Oh, I'm sorry, I was sick. Da 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 da. Like all these excuses. Just apologize, call it, and then done. Boom.
Now,
I have an idea for a
Manny
stream.
shows back
Oh.
to making comedic skits with an extra 500,000 subscribers. But where Manny's apology cleared his name, Keemstar apologized to avoid a defamation lawsuit.
Not
In
Keemstar,
January
bro.
2016, Drama Alert host Keemstar would allege RuneScape streamer RS Glorian Gold was actually John Phillips, a man who'd committed a heinous crime.
John Phillips, 54, of Finchburg, Massachusetts, is accused of having sex with a 13-year-old Michigan girl. John was arrested
Not
for this,
TF2.
and he recently got out of jail, and the first thing he did was stream RuneScape.
But this turned out to be completely false.
My name's Sir Tony Ray, and I'm coming to you on Glory and Gold.
And once Tony showed an ID to prove his innocence, the internet turned against
Oh,
Keemstar.
no.
Defamation is illegal. I hope this is taken to court. You
Well,
guys
yeah.
literally just bullied the nicest person ever in the history of Twitch. And by
This little old man's playing fucking RuneScape, and Keemstar comes on and he's like, guys, do you know what this man did? And everyone's like, what?
at the end of the day, Keem was desperate to put out the fire.
Earlier today, someone on my news team provided me with a story that I thought was vetted, that I thought was correct, and it wasn't.
Bro blames
It was
his
wrong.
news team.
And this isn't a little fuck up. This is a big fuck up. This is a serious big fuck up. The guy that works for me is no longer working for me. And any damages that we've caused this guy.
It's kind of funny because they're like, it could be true, right? And as we know, Keem did a lot of, Keem is kind of, you know? So like, but it's funny like when they're like, you know, guys, somebody on my team, my agent, somebody on my team, like, you know, they did this, I believe them, da 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 da. Do you not like check your sources before you stream? Like, I know like that's their job, but also like, if you're talking about something like that, if you don't trust them well enough, wouldn't you check your sources too, you know? Just do like a quick little Google search, you know? Just a thought. There's a thought.
Tony that we are going to take care of.
But viewers did not buy the apology. You asked your team for confirmation on
Literally,
the
that's
story's
what I'm
legitimacy
saying.
after you reported it.
That's what I'm
Fortunately
saying.
For Keem, however, Tony did not press charges, letting the YouTuber escape without major consequences. But while
He
Keem was
just
happy
after.
to dodge accountability, MatPat went out of his way to take accountability.
I
On
love
June 5th,
MatPat!
2022,
MatPat!
MatPat shared his theory about Five Nights at Freddy's bugs having a scrapped alternate reality game.
Maybe, just maybe, maybe it could have been that they were intentionally designed to set up secret puzzles that we were meant to solve, and those puzzles never got fully realized. I believe that Scott was planning to use this final book as a launching point, the start of a real-world treasure hunt. I need you to help me either solve this thing once and for all, or debunk it.
Of course.
I like drama, but I don't go out of my way to watch, especially since stuff like that could I don't watch Keemstar. New stuff that I watch is like, I watch like VTuber news stuff occasionally. But it's hard to tell, right? I'm not the person who would watch the news on TV, because like, it's a little depressing, you know? Or like, watch Keemstar, because Keemstar literally just talks about like stupid drama, right? I don't know.
Of course, this was just a theory, but fans were enthusiastic. A bit too enthusiastic. I work in a small diner in southern Utah, and we got 17 calls over my shift asking if we were Fazbears. Like, come on, y'all. It's common sense.
Yeah, I remember this too. Me, MatPat fan, does remember the situation. Basically, like, he suggested that this thing could have happened, and then the theorists were like, MatPat's God. He's the gospel. He's giving us this information. We're gonna go and harass a bunch of businesses to try to get this information. And the people at the business were like, "What the fuck? I'm gonna break this banana. Do it.
Don't be harassing people over something that may not even be real.
Literally.
MatPat to address the situation just 4 days after his video.
To the loyal theorists watching this video, stop. Cannot make that clear enough. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but this is not the way to do things. It is never acceptable to call someone or their place of business to look for more in a video game.
On top of ending the treasure hunt, MatPat held himself accountable, apologizing for those affected.
Even though it wasn't even MatPat's fault.
To those business owners, those members of the community, individuals who may have felt harassed or burdened by this, I am sorry. I am so sorry.
But the thing is, like,
it was never my intention to call.
See, the thing is, like, he's just throwing out a little theory. Everyone's like, God, MatPat. Jeez, what the fuck, Brent? Everyone's like, God, MatPat. I'm gonna go and do his work, the Lord's work, you know? But obviously, like, it makes sense when you have a platform that big and you sway your platform, even intentionally or unintentionally, it's still your fault. You still did that thing, right? Crazy. Stay to the shadow realm for a second. Sorry, bro. Literally blasted me into next year.
Cause issues for people or businesses. I want to make it very
and he handled
clear
this
that
great.
if and when we reference ARGs on the channel, that there is going to be a clear set of guidelines that every single person should be aware of and follow. We've never had this sort of issue come up in the past, but now that it's here, it's time that we move forward as responsible human beings.
This ethical approach earned him a lot of love. Huge respect to Matt and the crew for addressing this. Now this is...
I have internet. No! Ah! Chat, come back! Chat! Chat, come back! Chat! Fuck! Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Chat! 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 Do you see me? Chat! Chat! Yeah, it fucking just died. It died. It went down. For no reaon. My internet's good. My OBS looked like it just all the bars dropped instantly. Is everyone still here? Are we okay? Come back, I miss you. Chat, if you're here, how many fingers am I holding up? Please. Yo, Short Stack, how's it going? It's going good, Snip. How about yourself? Welcome in. Oh, hi. Okay, let's go. Back to Linus Tech Tips.
And the
Let me go back really quick.
Cooling Block 23, Linus Tech Tips with
Snip, we're just watching a How Apology Determines a Reputation video on YouTube, I don't know. For funsies.
Test Billet Labs prototype GPU cooling block and declare his verdict loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
The best case scenario for this thing is the temps are slightly better, but the experience of building with it is a nightmare, and the advantages over literally any other solution are negligible.
There was just one problem. He tested the product incorrectly. Felix from Billet Labs here. The block was specifically designed for a 3090 Ti, not a 4090. Despite Billet Labs' comment, Linus refused to retest.
Nothing that obeys the laws of physics would have changed the conclusion.
No!
Which is that this is...
Stop! Guys, first of all, look, Canada's a real country, confirmed by Linus Tech Tips himself. Secondly, this is not good because Linus is about to make a horrible apology, which is going to stain Canada's reputation. How could he? Don't make us look bad. We're Canadians. We're supposed to have great apologies. What the fuck, Linus? Anyways. God damn it.
The laws of physics would have changed the conclusion, which is that this is not a product to buy.
Worse, when the company asked for the prototype back, Linus and his team agreed before auctioning it off instead, enraging viewers. Unbelievable how a big company like LTT can F up so badly, and the behavior after it was absolutely disgusting. It breaks my heart how they mistreated Billet Labs. A public apology is in place. Linus would post one, although 2 months later, featuring his entire team.
I'm speaking today because of the recent community outcry demanding change.
I agree with the community, so I'm putting my foot down.
What the fuck is this?
All YouTube video production is on pause.
I want to apologize to Billet Labs for auctioning off their monoblock at LTX 2020.
What is
happening? The process
happening?
has failed when I was selecting items to include in the charity auction.
With Linus only appearing at the end.
It's honestly really hard when people take an internal process error and then they run that all the way to Linus is a thief and wants to auction someone else's intellectual property. The second that I was made aware of the situation on the 14th.
Pause. We gotta pause. First of all, crazy thought. I don't know, this might be a controversial opinion. What fucking YouTuber doesn't read their own comments? If you don't, you're actually stupid. Like, straight up, if you post a video and you're getting comments, you should read through those comments. Because it's not all gonna be, wow, you're the best or whatever. And it's not all gonna be, wow, you should go fucking throw yourself off a bridge, da-da-da-da. Like, there's gonna be some constructive criticism in there. Or people being like, hey, why be a douchebag? And then, like, what is this apology video where he, like, has his entire staff go, oh, damn, that's fucking shitty. And then him at the end go, you're slandering me. Like, what? What? Oh my god, the stream is crashing again. I'll just make fun of you. Like, what? I don't understand, though. I just don't understand. Because, like, first of all, there can't be a communication error when they were told by the staff that he tested it wrong. He then goes and says he will not retest it because there's no different outcome, even though he tested it wrong. Then, he goes and he was like, yeah, I'll give you your item back because we shit all over it, right? So, well, I'll give it back to you. And then, instead of giving it back, they auction it off. And then he goes, wasn't me, guys. Whoopsies. Like, what? Hello?
I emailed Billet Labs and I explained what happened, offering no questions asked, full compensation for their stated value of the product.
Linus then addressed his refusal to retest.
To not bother retesting the monoblock?
Yeah, why?
That was obviously wrong. I owe you guys better.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
But his fans didn't receive the corporate apology.
That's such a weird video.
Reported, it almost seems like the words they spoke were put into their mouths.
Literally.
Not their own words.
Literally.
Regardless of whether Linus had any ill intent, his mismanagement cost him 200,000 subscribers
Jesus
and
Christ.
his position as CEO of his company. In contrast to Pokimane, whose apology changed nothing. On August 19th, 2020, Pokimane posted a video titled My Apology.
What did she apologize for?
Long overdue.
Pokimane!
I planned a vacation for around this time, but I honestly should not have taken any time off prior to acknowledging or addressing or apologizing for these things.
The reason for her apology was, well, nobody knew. So the comments section turned into a fun fact competition. I just wanted to know why she was apologizing, but instead I learned about how...
Please stop watching this. I'm about to get some flashbacks. My guy, if you are uncomfortable watching, feel free to come back later. We're not going to be doing this forever. We're just watching through this video for a little bit. We'll probably do some Daily Dose or something else after this. So if you are uncomfortable watching, please come back later. Feel free to do so, my guy. Also, no, Pokey posting an apology video, but no one in the comments knowing what the fuck she's talking about is crazy. She's like, I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't have done this. And they're like, what'd you do? I think the thing is that bugs me too is when the apologies are so vague because they don't want to actually address what they did. That nobody has no clue what they're talking about. Like, you could throw out like a, I'm sorry, but there'd be like no context. Like, I'm so sorry, it was my negligence, it bypassed the company and everything just above me and I should have been more careful, da-da-da-da. And it's like, what are you apologizing for? Where's the, like, what did you do, you know? And like, even if everybody knows, if the apology's so vague that it's not like, I am so sorry, I auctioned off that guy's product, you know? Like, something like that. Then it's like, Hello? Hello? And the comments are just like, why the fuck is she apologizing?
How honey never spoils and some SpongeBob guy was sold for 62 cents. Wow, this is crazy. But did you know that the first person convicted of speeding was going 8 miles per hour? However, unlike Pokémon's unnecessary apology, PewDiePie set the precedent for good apologies back in 2017. While streaming PUBG, PewDiePie would end up calling another player the N-word.
What the fuck?
Immediately realizing his mistake,
I don't mean that in a bad way,
but still faced backlash, prompting hashtag PewDiePieIsOverParty on Twitter. I'm not saying PewDiePie is racist, but with how he said the N-word, I wouldn't be surprised if he was a slave owner in another life. Prompting an apology 2 days later.
I'm really sorry if I offended, hurt, or disappointed anyone with all of this. It was something that I said in the heat of the moment. I said the worst word I could possibly think of, and it just sort of slipped out. And I'm not gonna make any excuses to why it did, because there are no excuses for it. Being in the position I am, I should know better. I know I can't keep messing up.
How old was this video?
I owe it to my audience and to myself to do better than this.
As a black guy, I didn't really find it offensive, but I appreciate his apology. The "I did not mean it at all, I was just upset and used the worst word that came to mind" is probably the most acceptable reasoning I've heard, and it felt genuine. In the end, he was forgiven, staying the most subscribed YouTuber for 2 more years. But though
Subscribe to PewDiePie,
apologized for his
bruh.
own actions, David Dobrik had to apologize for his ex-teammate.
Oh my god, I forgot about David Dobrik. Didn't he like
in trouble when a woman he invited for a video shared her horrible experience with group member Dom Zaglitis. On the night of November 25th, my friends and I came to your house to shoot. The last thing I remember is being extremely drunk on your balcony.
Oh my god, I forgot about this.
Hard alcohol that I drank, and you, me, and my friend had a threesome, which I have no memory of whatsoever. To my understanding, at some point during the threesome, I was too drunk and laid on the bed and slept. From what I've been told, my friends had to come into the room and put on my clothes, and I couldn't walk leaving your house.
What
Despite
the
David
fuck?
not being directly responsible, fans were not happy. David's
Pause.
got a lot of explaining.
Full stop. I'm gonna be straight up. I do not remember this at all. I remember David Dobrik getting canceled, or like stopping posting, or whatever happened at the time. I did not know why, but I never watched David Dobrik, so it wasn't like, you know. I never heard of this either. That's so strange. That's crazy though. Like I knew that he was like quote unquote canceled, whatever, but I didn't know why. It's so wild.
This isn't YouTube drama. One of the severest crimes possible
That's
was committed,
crazy.
and David and his whole crew need to be held responsible. In response, on March 23rd, 2021, David apologized.
I want to start this video off by saying I fully believe the woman who came out against Dom and said she was by him. I want to apologize to her and her friends for ever putting them in an environment that I enabled that made them feel like their safety and values were compromised. I didn't know what was going on in that room, and I should have been. I should have been there, and I should have been making sure that everybody involved was taken care of and wasn't uncomfortable.
He then addressed the situation with Dom.
I made the decision to no longer film with Dom in 2019. But what I didn't do is I didn't go back to any of these women and apologize. I didn't reach out to any of these people. And that breaks my heart knowing that I was doing all this stuff and I was making all this content while there was people that were...
He's gonna cry. No, that's not why I paused the video, but... So... I don't know when this was posted, like this apology video. What did they say, 2022? 2021? But basically, what he's saying is what it sounds like he's saying, at least, is that, like, he stopped filming with this guy, that guy who did horrible things, in, like, 2019, but didn't say anything up until the allegations were released online. So, like, he knew about it, but he didn't do anything about it, which is kind of fucked, question mark? I don't know.
We're still really hurt by what I made. I'm making myself available to anyone that wants to reach out that I've hurt in the past. I want to be able to hear and understand from yourselves, and I'll be reaching out on my own to some people.
The sincerity won him hearts. This was very well said, David. Growth and taking accountability is part of growing up. People are saying David didn't need to apologize, but I feel like that isn't totally accurate. He's
it was
not
his
blameless
space,
in this situation, and it's good that he's taking steps to try and right his own wrongs. By the end of the year, David was back to being one of YouTube's biggest creators before leaving the platform platform in May 2022 to focus on his business. But where David left YouTube for
Oh,
a
he's got
good
a pizza
reason,
place.
Watcher had to apologize for theirs. On April 19th, 2024, Watcher, a channel run by...
This is so funny. This is so funny. Okay. I'm an avid Watcher fan. I love Watcher. I have nothing against Stephen Lin, by the way. The comments were so fucking mad at Stephen for what? Okay. But basically, like, he's gonna explain it here. But pretty much they decided they were gonna leave YouTube, and they had made their own website called Watcher. Like, it was like a streaming platform, like Netflix, sort of, kind of. And you had to pay like $6 a month or a little bit more or something like that to have access to all their videos. And it was going to be all the Watcher videos that they had ever posted, plus new ones, and they were going to do a whole bunch of stuff because they would have the funds to make, like, better quality stuff. Like, they wanted to be, like, a TV entertainment space, I guess, right? Like, TV-level quality shows. And the fans were like, bitch, we don't have... Because they, specifically in their video, were like, we're leaving YouTube, but everyone can afford this service, and it'll be great for us and you, and da-da-da. And it's like... Because they only post so frequently, one, most people don't have the money to afford another streaming service on top of that. Two, like, the way that they handled it was crazy. But, oh my god, like, I have nothing against Stephen Lin, and I was talking to my sister about this when this video came out. Every single fucking person in the comments was out here like, it's all Stephen's fault, he roped them into it, like, da-da-da-da-da, like, X, Y, and Z, like, he should throw himself out the window, you know? Stuff like that. And I was like, Shane and Ryan are also to be held accountable. Like, they're not, like, 5. It wasn't like Stephen, like, gaslit them into doing this. Like, they were both... There's 3 of them, right? Like, they're all co-CEOs of their own company. It wasn't just like Stephen was like, guys, we must do this. I want to go eat expensive food. It was like all 3 of them decided that this would be good for them and they wanted to make more money. Like, the rich just get richer, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was like, people were sending horrible death threats to Stephen. And while I do think that all 3 of them fucked up, it was crazy that Stephen got such bad hate for no reason. Even I won't wish... Literally, that's what I mean, right? It was crazy. Okay, anyways, he's gonna explain it probably better than I did, but...
Ex-BuzzFeed members Ryan, Steve, and Shane would upload Goodbye YouTube.
YouTube has never been like the perfect fit for us. I guess we just hope you guys follow us this one last time.
2, our very own independent streaming service, Watcher. You can become a member of Watcher for $5.99 a month or $59.99 a year. You'll still occasionally see us on YouTube, but if you want to watch the full seasons of all of our content...
It's explaining right now, Britt. Pretty much, these 3 people own the YouTube channel Watcher, and they were going to leave YouTube to make their own streaming platform that you had to pay $6 USD a month for, and people were really mad. Plus, they were going to take off all their YouTube videos. Yeah, $59, really. They were going to take off all their YouTube videos and make them so, like, you have to behind a paywall, right? Which was just dumb. They would lose, like, all their viewers.
For all of that starting May 31st.
To fans, this was a huge betrayal. After watching their videos for 6+ years, I feel like I just lost 2 friends in a...
No, a year.
Not with you anymore kind of way. This feels...
It was $6 a month, $60 a year. $60 a month would be crazy. Yeah. Still ridiculous, though, because it would... Like, yeah, they would be making more videos more frequently, but it would still be, like, expensive, right? Because that's like paying like $6 a month for like 1 or 2 YouTube videos, right? When I could just watch them on YouTube for free. And they were still making good money off YouTube. They just wanted to make more money. They just wanted more money. The rich just get richer, you know?
Feels like a breakup, and the reason was you calling me broke. Hoping to mitigate the backlash, Watcher posted an update 3 days later.
Yeah, like,
hey everyone. Last
the
Friday,
minute the video came out was bad.
YouTube and launching our new streaming platform.
We messed up. We've been reading the things you've been saying, and we're sorry for the way we handled this, as well as the way we communicated it.
Additionally, they also changed how Watcher TV would work.
If you want to watch our shows early and ad-free, you can catch them on the Watcher platform a month earlier. After that, you'll be able to watch our shows on YouTube for free.
Which viewers appreciated. Thank you for hearing our concerns and actually making changes. It really means a lot. The fact that you guys listened to the fans and didn't get defensive, which is a knee-jerk human reaction, but instead addressed everything is why I love you guys. And in the end, despite losing 100,000 subscribers and hurting their audience's trust, Watcher has continued posting normally on YouTube.
Yeah, that was
Mr.
crazy.
Beast, who's continued posting despite facing the biggest controversy of his career. On August 8th, 2024,
of course you gotta add Mr. Beast in here.
Former employee, Jake Weddle, would reveal his harrowing filming experience.
It was the
Oh my god, hold on. I have popcorn in my mouth, but I want to talk about this. Did you guys watch the Jake Weddle video? I watched it. I watched Ludwig react to it, and then I watched another streamer or another content creator react to it. It was fucking insane. I don't know if you guys have watched the first Mr. Beast video either. I think it's really fucking interesting. The first one was interesting. The second one was harrowing. The second video is an interview with Jake Weddle, a former Mr. Beast employee, where he talks about his horrible mistreatment on the Mr. Beast, like, set, whatever. Basically, like, the first part, which was, like, how he and one of his coworkers got fired for asking for the same wage because they were doing the same job, or, like, a little bit of a, like, they got fired for asking for, like, a little bit of a pay raise because they were doing, like, extra amount of work, right? Whatever. And then the second part where he was called to come back to do a challenge video, and the challenge video was just, like, solitary confinement for 30 days. He didn't obviously do the whole 30 days or whatever. But, like, it was harrowing what he talks about, and he was already not good he was already not mentally good, so it fucked him up so bad. Like, you can tell throughout the video, he has, like, severe trauma, and the way that, like, they were pretty much bullying the shit out of him, right? Yeah, it was crazy. I think they'll talk about it a little bit, but it was insane the way that they handled it. It was so inappropriate.
Like surviving like a $10,000 every day you spend in solitary, or surviving in solitary for whatever. The lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep, and I have insomnia problems now. But they might have started there.
In addition to being unable.
I gotta pause that really quick. I'm pretty sure the reason why Mr. Beast has not responded to the dog pack videos yet is because they said that he's going to wait for the third and final video. Pretty much, Dogpack is releasing 3 videos on Mr. Beast. I don't know if he's released the third one yet. If not, I haven't seen it. But it was, like, escalating in bad things. The first video is, like, promoting gambling to kids, like, illegal scams, da-da-da-da, like, putting someone that's been in jail and been through torture, just like, yeah. It was not good. And then the second video is the harrowing things that happened to Jake Weber. Yeah, he was mentally unwell, and they put him in solitary confinement it was supposed to be 100 days. They wanted him to do max 30. He couldn't even do, I think he probably did over 10 a little bit or whatever, right? Each day he would get $10,000 each day. But he explains it like, it doesn't sound bad on paper, but when you do it, especially when you are mentally ill, like he was at the time, he was not well. What he had to go through was insane, and just like, excuse me, I have burps, holy crap, it was not good. And you can tell he has severe trauma after the fact because he was put through this experience. And obviously the Mr. Beast team doesn't care, whatever, but the third dog pack video that's supposed to come out as well is supposed to be about sexual misconduct in the workplace, which is probably the worst. Obviously they're all bad, but it's like he was ramping up in intensity to things that he knew was happening in Mr. Beast. So yeah, I don't hate Mr. Beast, or I did not hate Mr. Beast. I wasn't a massive fan of his content. It was a little entertaining. Obviously his audience is younger kids, right? Like his audience more like impacts younger kids. So it's just not my type of content. It's whatever. And the thing is, like, a lot of his videos are fake stage, but like, you know that going in as an adult. As a kid, you don't, right? And they explain a lot of that in the first dog pack video, where like, as a kid, you think that this is reality. You think that Mr. Beast is all this, doing all that jazz, you know? But as an adult, you know that, yeah, it's a little bit more played up, it's a little bit more fake, it's for the bit, right? But you can't differentiate between that as a kid. And then this video with Jake Weber was not good, right? So it's a whole thing. It's like, it's ongoing situation, because the stuff about Mr. Beast just keeps piling on and on and on. It's crazy.
able to sleep, he had to participate in inhumane challenges.
Jimmy comes in and I'm asleep. I don't know what time it is. And I go, "What's the challenge today?" He goes, "You're gonna."
Hey, Patty.
You're gonna
Hey,
run a
NJ.
marathon." So I start running at 12, and I'm running until 3 a.m. When I got off the treadmill, the blisters I had on my feet were like, you wouldn't believe, just all over, just these big red. I couldn't walk.
Despite this, he never got the money promised.
I did not get the 300K. He goes, "Think of it this way. At least you get to keep what you earned. You know, you were in there for XYZ days. You did XYZ challenges, so you got, 100,000 some change."
Viewers, unsurprisingly, didn't take this well. As
Yeah,
someone who used to run
insane.
cross-country, forcing someone who's out of shape to run a marathon after depriving them of sleep for
Yeah, pause. I'll quickly give you a lowdown of the challenge, okay? So you guys can get a better idea. I don't know if you guys want to watch the video, we can totally watch the video, but I'll just explain really quick. So, Jake Weddle, he was fired from Mr. Beast, whatever, but he was good on, I can't listen to the stream right now because I got done practice. Oh, all good, NJ. All good. Okay, here's it. So, he was fired from Mr. Beast, but he got called back because he was good on camera, right? They wanted to make it seem amicable, like a business transaction type thing. And they're like, the challenge is on paper. You will go into a confinement room, like one of those white padded rooms. It'll be full with all this fun stuff, right? Every day you make $10,000. If you stay for 30 days, which we want you to stay for 30 days, you will get $300,000. Now, they know he needs this money because he's a poor student. So fucking insane, so yeah. They know he needs this money because he's a poor college student. He needs to pay back his student loans. He's kind of broke, like, he needs the money. Like, it's life-changing money for him. Plus, he was already doing mentally unwell. Obviously, he wasn't making really any money. He had gotten fired from his job. Like, plus, he goes in depth and talks about his trauma that he had as a child during his lifetime, right? So, they're like, yeah, if you, on paper, it sounds great, right? Go into this room, we'll bring you food, da-da-da-da-da, what's happening? Hi, Sussy! I'm quickly doing a lowdown of what happened during the Jake Weddle challenge. That, like, the challenge that Jake Weddle had to do during Mr. Beast, so that we can watch the rest of this video. Because I don't think we're gonna watch the whole video, but, and then, like, he had cool, quote-unquote, cool stuff in the room. Stuff that looked cool, right? Like, he had a hot tub, he had an ice cream machine, like, I don't know, pool table, like, random shit like that, right? And every day he would have to choose one item to get rid of, da-da-da-da, as it goes down the line. Like, a usual, quote-unquote, Mr. Beast challenge. But, when he got there, obviously, like, shit was weird, right? Like, so the hot tub wasn't hooked up, so after, like, 3 days, he says it starts to smell. The ice cream machine, when turned on, would make this horribly loud noise, like, all the time. But if he turns it off, then of course it's not cooling, right? It's not keeping the milk cold. So then it smells really bad. So it's like a mixture of rotting smells or like a really loud noise, or both, right? He's got cameras on him all the time. They will not turn the lights off for him to sleep. He asked, hey, like, I can't sleep. Can you turn the lights off for nighttime hours, right? And they were like, no, because we need time-lapse shots. And he was, time-lapse shots? Shots of what? Like, of me sleeping? And they were like, yeah. And he was like, that makes no sense, right? Now, if you guys have looked on the Mr. Beast channel, there is a challenge that's very similar to this one. It's like the upgraded version, he says. He says he was the test version. They tested on him before they did the real challenge. And even this challenge that actually got posted, bitch, they have night vision camera. Yeah. Not even that, like, there's no need to have a time-lapse of him sleeping. It doesn't add to anything, right? But even, like, the one that they actually posted, like, got horrible backlash because it's inhumane, right? But he said for him, like, they would not turn the lights off, right? The smells are bad. The sound is bad. He's mentally unwell. He's all in there alone. They do not give him sunlight hours. Like, he's literally just in there. He has no time. He has no clue what time it is because they won't give him a clock. And, the lights are always on. So how are you supposed to know? So he's getting this horrible insomnia. He can't sleep. It smells gross. He feels like he would actually go insane. Yeah, right? And then occasionally, like, every once in a while, Jimmy would come in, give him the $10,000, and then, like, leave, right? It'd be like, whatever. And sometimes Jimmy would come and give him challenges. At one point, it was, like, Rubik's Cube or whatever. I think he said that he was dyslexic, so he didn't like doing the Rubik's Cube. And da-da-da-da. But so he's at his breaking point. People have come in and asked him, like, hey, are you doing all right? The footage is actually harrowing. Like, that's what they said. They said, the footage is harrowing. You don't look like you're doing good. Because he was trying to, like, he was not well, but he was trying to keep it up for the bit. Because he knew he was being recorded all the time. He knew, like, the cameras were always on. And so, these people are coming. I think that, like, first of all, I think that the thing that bugs me the most is that the staff knew he was unwell, knew he was easily manipulated, and chose him to do this task or this challenge, right? Because I think that even somebody who was mentally well would still struggle with this task. And, like, I don't know if that's, I just feel like that's the case. Even somebody who was, like, mentally well would still struggle with this because you're missing key things that your body needs, right? And so, like, for him, it was terrible. I think at one point he was saying, like, I have to leave, I want to get out, like, you know, like, I'm done. And they were like, oh, just a little bit longer, like, you can do this, right? So, like, and then they're pressuring him. Like, they're pressuring him. They know that he's cracking, and they know that he can be easily manipulated, so they're pressuring him to do this thing. The last challenge that he did it was about midnight or something, or whatever, and Jimmy came in. It might have been a little bit earlier than that. Jimmy came in and was like, I think you should run a marathon. We'll give you a little bit extra money if you run this marathon. What did he say it was? 2.3 miles? 2.3 kilometers? I don't know. It was something, like, absurd. Basically, this man who's sleep deprived, he's mentally unwell, he, just, like, all these things, right? He was then forced to run this marathon. Well, not, like, forced, right? The thing is, okay, I want to explain this in a way that, like, people would understand, because he's put into a situation where it's very hard to say no, right? It's not like he was held at gunpoint, no, but he's put in a situation where he's struggling to say no. Everyone is pressuring him to do this thing, just do this thing. Just one more day, just do it for the bit, just da-da-da, you know? And he's already mentally well, so he just does it. And he says he starts running for from 12 a.m. or something, and he takes a couple breaks, but he was running till like 3 a.m. because he was like, so I think he said, how long should I run for? And Jimmy was like, oh, until I come back. Basically the situation of the rabbit and the wolf. Yeah. And so he's running on this treadmill for like 3 hours straight, and he finally gets off, and he's covered in blisters on his feet, and he's sick, and his bones, he said, he feels like sluggish, like he feels absolutely awful. And he was done. He was over it. He was out. He had already, like, received, like, some criticism, like, clearly people were, like, picking on him, I guess, in the situation, like, they were looking down on him. I think he said there was one thing that put him off where, see, like, I make jokes on my own trauma, right? Because it's my experience to live. That's how I cope with it. Funny ha-has. He does the same thing. He's a comedian. He's a funny guy. He plays it up. And he said his father is in jail for sexual assault charges. It's obviously, you know, it's terrible. But occasionally, like, he would make a joke about it, like his father being in jail, whatever. And he said that during this hits me like, fuck, it's so annoying. Jimmy comes in, and he said something along the lines of, well, now you're in jail just like your dad. And he explains this really well in his video, where he was like, it's fine, like, if my friend does it, like, a friend who's close to me, who knows my situation. It's not fine when my boss does it, when Jimmy does it, because it's not the same thing, right? That it's so insensitive. So he had been getting comments like that the entire time he was in there, and people just pressuring him to do things and telling him he needs to be better for the camera, and he needs to do these things, and he needs to stay a little bit longer, and so he just, like, totally cracked. And I think at some point they were gonna pull him out, but they had to wait because he had to get a psych evaluation, da-da-da-da. Like, it was that bad. And he says Jimmy comes in, and they brought in, like, a bunch of his friends to try to, like, cheer him up, whatever, make sure he was okay. And basically Jimmy said something along the lines of, your mental health's the most, like, it was like rehearsed shit. Like, your mental health's the most important, da-da-da-da. The last thing we would want you to do is, and then he stops. And he was like, I could almost hear the word sue coming out of Jimmy's mouth, but he didn't, obviously. And then, of course, because he didn't go the 30 days, he did not get the $300,000. He only got whatever he made, and then they never posted the video because it was not good. But yeah, like, the light thing is considered torture. That's a point where you would actually go crazy, then pressure you in an insane asylum. Yes, literally. And they were making a joke out of him. And the thing is that I think is crazy is that you're surrounded by all these people who are, like, doing a lot better than you mentally, and they think because you are down, you're down on yourself, and you're not in a good headspace, that you would be funny to put in there. You would be the best content to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that, right? So he just went through this harrowing experience, and then, like, he's had trauma for a couple years now, if it was a year or two ago, and he was holding on to that, so that's what he talks about in this video. The video is like 45 minutes long, or whatever, close to. They turned him into a test sub, yes, because they posted a video after that where it was pretty much the same video, but they tweaked it. They used him to test, they used him, who is not good mentally, they knew that they could use him. It makes me so mad, like, I'm actually so peeved, you can hear it in my voice. They used him because they knew that they could, to test these things. They knew that there would be no backlash, and then they just send him away. And then they adjusted it so that when they did it with the new person, he could have the lights off, he didn't have these smelly things, like all these things. He had a certain amount of hours of sunlight, like he could tell what time, you know, like, oh, makes me so mad. And of course there's gonna be a third dog pack video, so I don't even think Jimmy has addressed this. Anyways.
2 weeks is one of the
Nerds,
most
what's up,
sadistic things
Vegas?
you can do to a person. A week later, however, Mr. Beast messaged Jake, hey, I wanted to reach out and say I didn't mean to cause you mental stress with that video, and I apologize. You mentioned you'd like to be paid out the rest of the prize money, the other $190,000, and I'd love to make things right with you. The two then spoke on the phone to negotiate a smaller amount of money that Jake was comfortable accepting.
Counteroffer.
Pause. I want to see the rest of this text. Let's see. Pizza, pasta, put it in the box. Thank you so much for the resub. Hi, this is cringe. You're cringe. Love you. Let's see. As soon as Niku stops singing about her pizza, says I have zero expectations of you mentioning me sending you this money publicly or taking down any videos. This is just me wanting to help out and make sure you're good. I need to know if you still use the same bank or not. We'll send you the money on Monday. Wish you the best. That's crazy. So I guess he only made $110,000, so he was there for like 11 days-ish. No, it probably would have been about 10 days, maybe less, because he did some challenges, right? This is absurd. It's absurd.
The rest of the prize money, the other $190,000, and I'd love to make things right with you. The two then spoke on the phone to negotiate a smaller amount of money that Jake was comfortable accepting.
This message is definitely manipulated. Yeah, 100%.
You save $140,000. You just give me 50.
But where Jake accepted the apology, viewers still weren't forgiving. I just feel like this is another move due to Jimmy's
It 100% is. It 100% is.
1000% it's a PR move. But where Mr. Beast has yet to post an official apology, Neon's official apology...
And for me, I'm straight up. I mean, I have no right to accept or deny an apology because it's not my situation. But if it was me, I'd be like, I would not have negotiated down the money, because I think Jake only accepted $50,000. I did not know about that until this moment. I would have been like, bro, give me fucking $5 bajillion. I don't know. If it isn't the Patty, yo, what's up, Nagi? Welcome in. Yeah, I'd be like, I'll take the whole $190,000. Yes, I deserve that money. It's not going to fix my trauma, but it would sure, like, help out a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Only got him more hate. During a March 2024 live stream,
no clue who
Neon
Neon
made a
is.
sinister threat against an underage fan.
I don't give a you're 10 years old. I will you in the ass until you bleed, bitch. I swear to
This
God.
happened after the boy made nasty comments about him and his girlfriend.
I'll beat the shit out of you and your fat girlfriend, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Fat slut.
Holy.
I'll smack her in her face too, bitch.
But viewers still believed Neon's response was unjustified. This is wild. How did an...
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah, get that bag, right? Like, it's not going to solve his problems, obviously. It can't get rid of his trauma. But it's still going to help in any way, right? In this economy, bro, take that bag, you know? Also, first of all, why is this fucking dude even chatting with, like, a child on his stream? I just hang up and be like, I do not want to say nasty shit to a child, so I have to end this call, you know what I'm saying? You don't say it. You think it, but you don't say it. Because, like, the fuck...
Adult let a 10-year-old get under his skin like that.
That's what I mean.
He's forgotten he's an adult. He's talking like some kid playing Call of Duty.
He literally is.
And a potential permanent ban from his streaming platform, Kick, prompted Neon to post an apology.
Hold up. He was gonna get banned from Kick? I didn't think people got banned from Kick. Oh, that Kick is where you go when you got banned from every other streaming service.
You know, bad decisions. But that was by far one of my worst things I've ever said or done, and I want to sincerely apologize for what I said. I don't know what I was thinking. I let a kid get in my head, and when he talked crazy to me, I blacked out, and I didn't realize what I was doing, and I want to sincerely apologize.
I blacked out, guys.
I'm not that type of person. Which was instantly met with even more backlash. Has talked ish for years, yet gives a half-assed minute apology. This man threatened SUO violence against a small child. He
Literally.
does not need a platform.
Also, I hate. It's not hard to get banned from Kick. I didn't know you could. I hate, you know what I hate the most? Are you ready? This is like, oh, this bugs me so much. When you talk to a person and they're giving you an apology or whatever, and they go, I don't hate you, Britt, no. When they give you an apology and they're like, I'm not that type of person. I swear, like, you know me. I'm not that type of person. I would never. But you did, period. You did that. So I'm not, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think. You did that thing. You are that type of person, period, because you did that thing. You can become a different person. Like, you do not have to be that person forever, but you cannot say you are not that type of person if you fucking did the exact thing that person would do. I'm not that type of person, then their backstory. Literally, like, I was friends with this girl, and I can't even remember what it was, but her rebuttal was just like, you know me, I'm not that type of person. I would never. And I'm like, but you did, period. And that's for every situation ever. Like, why add that? Like, why add that into your apology? Just apologize. Like, you did. You didn't know anything wrong. Literally, like, even if you didn't know and you did something, you still did that thing. You still need to apologize. But you can't be like, it wasn't me, guys. Like, I'm not that type of person. I would never do that. But you did. But you did, period. Hello? It's so crazy.
You need to grow up and be held responsible for your actions. Stop saying that you black out. Some even believed the apology was just for Kick to unban him, which seemed true.
And apologies don't. Yeah, exactly. You can't be mad if somebody doesn't accept your apology.
His usual degenerate behavior, earning the title of New Worst Apology.
I thought that maybe they were gonna give a pause. I thought that maybe they were gonna give like a wrap it up, end of the story, but they didn't. They just ended the video. Were we like rating the worst apologies? And the Mr. Beast one was added, but there wasn't even a Mr. Beast apology really. It was kind of like, not the throw. It was kind of like, I guess like, hold up, I'm moving some stuff. I guess he did slightly apologize to Jake Weddle. But really, like, I don't know. He hasn't apologized about the whole situation. Hold up. I'm gonna quickly show you guys the videos. I don't think I'm gonna watch. I will not watch them because they're just really long, I don't think. But wait, there's a new one. We might have to watch the third video. It's only 27 minutes, okay, chat? Listen, these two are like an hour long. If you do want to go watch the Jake Weddle video, you should. I think that it's really good, but I also think that we should watch the third video. It's only 30 minutes. Let's do it. Let's freaking go, bro! React Andy here, you know, that's me.
Okay, so this video is going to focus around one instance of SA. I wanted to put all the SA allegations into one video, part 3, final video until Jimmy responds at least. I sort of overestimated how easy that would be, as far as like getting everything approved with victims and lawyers, and like also, you know, traditional media is involved. They've been DMing me, you know, New York Times, Time Magazine, also like documentary people, I don't know, they're like, hey, I've worked with Netflix and Hulu and Apple TV and—
Bro, I didn't even know we were getting a Minecraft movie until about 2 hours ago when Warlink texted me, what do you guys think about the 2025 Minecraft movie? And I was like, what the fuck is the 2025 Minecraft movie? And he sends me this picture of this fucking, like, sheep. And I was like, what? Ugh, crazy. So, okay. I guess that this video is not, like, the full thing. This is just one instance because he just didn't have the time to do multiple of them all in one video. But just okay. The thing that he's vetting all this stuff, Bro, Jack Black is Steve is the funny. That's so crazy. I don't know how I feel, and I want to watch the trailer, but I also don't. I don't know. It just seems so wrong. It seems so wrong, and you know, couldn't we just do cartoon? Like, why does it have to be live action? Like, is it Steve? I don't know, bro. The fact that there is even more than one instance in his company of harassment is crazy. Also, I'm gonna put because this is gonna be like half an hour long video, so I'm gonna put a little pin, something into the chat. So if you guys are uncomfortable, this has themes of sexual harassment. If you are uncomfortable with anything like that, please click away. You can come back later. We'll still be here. We pretty much has only been like an hour, so we will probably be doing something later when you come back. But for now, this does have dark themes. If you guys are uncomfortable with that, please click away. Hold on, let's see. The only thing I can't stand is, I don't know. Bam. And I'm pinning that to the chat. If you have any questions, let me know, boys. We're going in. Also, I'll be straight up, this guy has charisma. Apparently, he has his own YouTube channel apart from the Dogpack stuff, and he hasn't linked any of it because he doesn't want to gain notoriety from these videos. Like, for his own channel. But, like, you can tell that he's like, an online personality based on just the way that he talks and stuff. I don't know, he's handled the videos quite well. Like, the effort that he's put in is quite good. I don't know how to explain it. You could just tell, like, one is professional, you could tell that he's vetting stuff because what he says he's doing so, but two, also, like, based on the way his work is coming out and the effort that he's putting into, just shows, like, his earnest about it, right?
Peacock, are you interested? And I'm like, I don't know, but, you know, I think people should go to those more legitimate sources to get their stories out. So I've been referring people to other people, because Traditional has, you know, more resources than I do and better legal protections than I do, for sure. I do have sort of that bigger project, the original part 3, and I have a lot of other interviews and other allegations that I'm working on putting together, so I have something for when Mr. Beast responds. If his response is bad, then I can sort of point out, hey, he lied here and here, and
that's crazy, because Mr. Beast said he's not going to respond until after the end of part 3. This is considered part 3, but he said that he actually has more after this because he didn't realize how much information he had. One is crazy. Like, he didn't realize how much stuff he had until he had to compile it together, and then he was like, damn, I'm gonna need more than 3 parts. Which is absurd in itself, because that just shows how much fucking shit has gone down behind the scenes. But also, like, to wonder, like, if Mr. Beast is actually going to say something after this video, or if he's going to try and wait for the rest of the stuff to come out. Because the thing is, like, what's scary is, I mean, not for me, scary for Mr. Beast, is that, like, if he fucking lies in his apology or tries to refute things that Dogpack knows is not true, he could just post shit after, because Mr. Beast still doesn't know what kind of information Dogpack has. Which, like, you know, good for the people, not good for Mr. Beast. I'll just say that.
And straw man argument or whatever, as well as like dropping new allegations and doing it in an opportune way so that they get the most eyeballs. But yeah, I just wanted to say this is just around sort of one allegation. Also, everything in this video is allegedly. This video is not monetized. It's for educational purposes only. This is matters of public interest.
Bro, trying not to get sued.
Disclaimer on the screen. But yeah, here's the video. Okay, today I'm going to be covering Mr. Beast's secret.
Pause, let's read this. Bro really tried not to get sued out here. He said, "This video is for educational and entertainment purpose only. Please do not contact people mentioned in this video. This video is meant to report on issues of public concern about public figures who are responsible for hundreds of millions of dollars and provide opinions and commentary. I do not condone any form of hate or harassment."
But yeah, here's the video. Okay, today I'm going to be covering Mr. Beast's secret CEO, James Warren, and his involvement in SA and SA cover-ups, like the one including his best friend, LaKoya Hill, who also happens to be Mr. Beast's secret chief operating officer, or was. And then I want to touch on the man himself, Jimmy Donaldson. Mr. Beast has very publicly and transparently been engaging in a massive cover-up, deleting a lot of evidence, and I think a lot of this cover-up is going sort of completely under the radar. We're not even aware of what's being swept under the rug, and they're getting away with hiding and deleting evidence. After I called out James Warren by name in my last video, his Instagram and Facebook got taken down, and his LinkedIn got taken down. So quick profile on James Warren. He's Jimmy's cousin and secret CEO, and I say secret because, you know, they're not very open about that fact. Like, he doesn't post about it on social media. It wasn't ever attached to his LinkedIn. He's never featured or really referenced anywhere.
I'm zoned
I heard
in.
that he's very aggressive. I've heard him referred to as a psychopath who screams at people and hits his girlfriends. There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him, and I say allegedly because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault their girlfriends, I guess. So I'm still having people look into these cases, specifically that surprise witness on YouTube. She's been super helpful and like.
I should be right back. I forgot my ice cream downstairs. Yeah, no problem, my guy. Take your time. We'll just be chilling.
Scenes, just submitting freedom of information requests and just helping me out a lot in general. She's super nice, super smart. She'll be posting a lot of updates on her channel, as she has been about the Mr. Beast situation.
Mr. Beast's video caused a military operation.
James Warren, also allegedly an ex-drug addict. I've heard that he offered cocaine and hookers to editors to stay late.
What is
and
happening?
then the really big thing is that there was some incident between him and a female colleague that resulted in the female colleague leaving the company and receiving 3 years in severance pay. I'm still actively looking into this incident, so if you have information, let me know. But I've heard from multiple credible sources that this is true and this did happen. Also, I should quickly clarify that a lot of this investigation is allegedly. You know, that's sort of the nature of the...
Everything outside of court documents is allegedly. All parties are assumed innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, like, you can say whatever you want, but it has to be allegedly, so one, you don't get sued out to your mind. But two, obviously, like, until a court says it's true, then, you know. Which is crazy.
These instances, I have a lot of testimony, corroborating testimony.
So basically, I just want to reiterate that really quick so that everybody's on the same page. He's basically just saying that he has a lot of testimonies from within the company that these things happened, but obviously he was not there for all of these things, so he cannot be like, yes, this is fact, right?
The reason I'm publishing this is that hopefully it brings more information to light, like after, you know, the Jake Weddle interview got posted, which was all mostly testimony. People came out corroborating his story, and then ultimately Jimmy ended up apologizing and offering him $190,000.
Yeah, this text, that's crazy.
$1,000, which to me I think is most likely an admission of guilt.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Why would you apologize to something if you did not believe you did any wrong? Oh my god, sorry. The hiccup. Oh my god, please no. We're good. No hiccups, we're fine. It was cool. He's just admitting that he did something wrong because he's apologizing. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
For
Nope,
things
I
that
definitely
you
had
didn't
hiccups.
do.
Fuck.
So anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way. But what's not allegedly is that James Warren was the former COO of acquisitions of a real estate investment firm called Greenstone Ventures LLC, which is one of the businesses listed in this indictment of his former business
React
partner,
Andy here fucking
Joshua
hiccuping
Hutchins,
really bad.
who was sentenced to 10 years in prison for running a real estate Ponzi scheme.
Ponzi schemes are great up until they just go bust.
So before working on Mr. Beast, James Warren...
Chat, I can't react! My reaction to this video is just me hiccuping every minute. Fuck, bro. Fuck.
Was involved in a literal fraud. In fact, he's actually mentioned in the court transcripts of this case. This is the sentence hearing for Joshua Hutchins.
Christ.
I'm going to highlight testimony from just one of these victims, a retirement age woman named Sylvia. She testifies, I came to know Mr. Hutchins through a very reputable and successful real estate attorney who highly recommended Mr. Hutchins and who eventually left his agency to become the chief operating officer of Mr. Hutchins' investment firm. The chief operating officer of Mr. Hutchins' investment firm. She explains that the reason she trusted Mr. Hutchins was through the strong recommendation and endorsement from that very reputable and successful real estate agent. He represented Mr. Hutchins as highly competent and capable. He presented a successful track record in how Mr. Hutchins had delivered for other investments. On the next page, page 16, she testifies, my trust was and has been severely violated. This is the equivalent of financial. Many of us entrusted Mr. Hutchins, who we've come to know to be fraudulent. Just one